What's up? This is Squad2448 with a Farming Simulator 17 video. Today's day 2 of the Building the Garage project, and we'll be using the Volvo excavator and the John Deere front loader to excavate for the foundation. So let's hop in the GMC 2500 HD, which we'll be using to make our way over to the construction shop to pick up the Kenworth T800 dump truck. So today we'll be excavating for the foundation, and we'll be hauling all of the dirt back to the construction shop using the very large T800 dump truck. We have arrived here at the construction shop, and I really do like how our house is just down the street, so we'll be pulling in right over here, right close to the fence. That's perfect how it is here. We'll be opening up the garage door, and we will actually be mostly using the John Deere front loader and the Volvo today because the JCB skid steer is unable to reach all the way up here to unload a bucket into it. So we'll hop in this. This is a very large truck, and I'm excited to be using it today. So we'll be pulling this out here, and we'll lock up the shop. And I would like to thank you all for the continued support on the daily content. You guys are really enjoying this mini series here on the channel of building a two-car garage. I'm very excited for the upcoming episodes in this series. This will probably be like a 4 to 5 series, which will be pretty cool. So I think we'll go this way. That way we'll already be on the street. So we'll be using the John Deere front loader to remove a few bucket loads, and then we'll be using the Volvo to excavate. And this will be very cool, actually excavating, removing a lot of soil. But this is a perfect truck. I think we'll drop down that extra axle there to give us even more time to use it. And we'll be turning our hazard lights and our beacon lights on. So first we do want to remove a few buckets. So I'm thinking we'll probably back up right over here on the grass. And you guys can see that we do have the excavator here. And I'm thinking right about here is going to be perfect for right now. We'll turn it off, and we'll just use the 524K high lift. That's actually really good that we have this high lift one. And this is my favorite front loader here in Farming Sim, just because of how amazing it is. We'll do a few bucket loads, try to remove it, but we'll do a lot of excavating with the Volvo. Now there's not too much room to move here with this small driveway, but we are making do with it, which is awesome. You guys can see that this really does reach up very high, but this is perfect for reaching into this dump truck. And I would like to thank you all for the continued support. If you haven't already, I do recommend you subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 50,000 subscribers, and I'm very excited to hit 50,000 very soon. So I think we'll probably take a few bucket loads, maybe even fill up one truckload, because I mean there's at least probably 3 to 4 truckloads here. And I think we'll probably do one more bucket load or even another one. We really just have to see how much we are really removing, and it looks like there's just a lot right here, so we'll remove as much as we possibly can. It will actually be a lot easier also and make it a lot faster for us. And the day 1 video was removing all of the trees, and we did remove the grass, which was very helpful. That way we do not have to worry about the nice topsoil getting mixed up in the fill soil. So we'll probably do one more bucket load, and then I think we'll head back to the shop and kind of unload the truckload. Yeah, so that's the furthest I want to go down with this excavator, with the front loader I mean. You guys can see that there's actually starting to be like a pretty large hole starting. So we'll go unload this before we hop in the excavator, since we also have to move this truck. And I really do not want to completely fill up this truck. That might be a very efficient way, but I think it's a lot easier to unload it right before we start to excavate. So we'll lower this down, and we'll back up and hop in the truck. Awesome, so hopefully a lot of this does not get mixed up with our gravel at our shop, but that's fine. We'll probably just have to replace it. But I'm just excited to be excavating here in Farming Sim. It's very cool how we get to do that, but we'll probably be taking this turn right up here, this right. And I think since we do have a full load of dirt and we'll be doing a lot of moving around today, we probably won't be really taking those LED lights off. I do like having them on it just looked pretty cool. So we'll probably be dumping this probably in the corner over here, right where the fence area is. So we'll pull in here, and I believe that there's enough room to even turn around, which is going to be good. Awesome, so we'll turn around here and we'll just back into the corner. I think maybe a company might purchase this from us, or we'll be using the soil at another job site. So we'll just back in here. Hopefully we can do a few more truckloads after this one, and we'll just start to unload it. You guys can see we are making a pretty large pile, but it looks like it doesn't really want to unload too much. Hopefully we can unload the entire truck. Now, it looks like the entire truck does not really want to get unloaded here, which is fine. We'll just unload the majority of it. Looks like there's only just a few more dump loads of dirt inside here. And I think we'll do one more, and then that pretty much should be it. So take a look at that, guys. We completely unloaded this truck. I do like to unload it right before we hop in the excavator, get this truck positioned, because it might take us just a few tries to get it all set up. But I mean, this truck is amazing, and it's a very key part in the construction company because it's perfect for hauling the dirt, and it means that we have to do less trips. And if you guys do have any cool video ideas for me, drop them down below in the comments. I'm very excited to be doing more and more videos, especially like this one. We actually did do an excavating video a few months ago doing a swimming pool, which was awesome. But I think we'll position the truck just like this. This looks to be perfect. We'll turn it off, and we'll be hopping in the Volvo excavator. This is by far my favorite excavator in this game. It's pretty decent size, and it looks like we already have a full bucket load, which is interesting. We'll dump that out and kind of be as realistic as we can. But using a Xbox One controller for excavating with this really makes it very easy for the controls, because I mean, it's pretty challenging with these controls. We do have to extend the boom all the way out right inside the truck to empty it. Perfect. We'll be doing a variety of first person and third person excavating today, but I really just want to get the majority of this all removed. You guys can see that a hole is already starting to take form, which is good. Like I was saying, the main goal of today is to excavate for the foundation of the garage, and it looks like I just barely missed that dump truck. So we'll actually change the view. Now this view will not change, which is going to be a pretty cool view. It's almost like setting up a camera, and I just enjoy using this view. So we'll use this. You guys can see that we are digging a giant hole so far, but we have a lot to remove. Now this excavator does have a lot of different controls, and like I was saying, guys, the Xbox controller really is helpful for making sure that you do use the right controls, and it's almost like having mini joysticks, which is very realistic for an excavator like this. But take a look, this hole is already getting very deep, which is perfect. We need to excavate a lot today. And I really do enjoy using this building materials mod. It's a very important mod in a lot of my videos, and it makes for great content. But look at that, guys, we already just about filled up this truck halfway, which is good. I think it's time to move the excavator back just a little bit. Right about there will be perfect. That way we can continue to excavate while not making the same hole deeper. But some of these controls is a little challenging to learn at first, but once you get to know them, it's really fun. But always learning new equipment does take some time and practice. Once you do practice, I mean, you could be very efficient. And always when you are operating giant equipment like this, make sure nobody is around, or if they are, you know where exactly they are, because these are very large equipment, and it's pretty hard to see behind you in every time you move. So I think we'll be back here to do some first person. I mean, have been excavating a lot today, which is pretty cool. So I think right before we call it a day, we'll probably bring this truck back, and then we'll hop in our truck and head back to our house, since a lot of you guys really do like it. But I appreciate all of your support. I do enjoy doing these daily content, and I'm doing 4 live streams a week. I'm really enjoying doing YouTube here, and I really appreciate all of your positive feedback. It's a lot of fun gaming, especially in multiplayer live streams and all those cool things. So it looks like this hole is getting very, very large, and almost like the dump truck's getting pretty full, so we do have to watch out for that. There is a few areas where we are overspilling, if you would so call it, but we'll change to this view. Take a look at that, guys. We have a lot, but I think we'll probably move this excavator right out of the way after this bucket load, and I think we'll probably go and look at that, guys. That's a pretty large hole, a lot of excavating. So we'll just back up here, kind of move this just out of the way, just enough to use the John Deere again. But the main goal is, when we kind of park this up, we have to make sure that no water is going to collect. So I think right about there is perfect. We took all of the weight off the hydraulics while making sure that the bucket won't collect any rainwater to rust it out. So we'll be hopping in this again, trying to do a few more bucket loads. I think that that'll be pretty helpful for us. We'll come around this side. It looks like there's just a little bit extra we could scoop up here. Take a look at that, guys. Looks like we could do like 2 bucket loads, and once we do this, we'll head back to the shop. And we are pretty much not doing the best trying to manage the grass, but we'll probably have to spread some new grass and regrade the yard. You guys can see that the truck is getting very full, which is pretty good. That means that we have 2 trucks taken out, and let me know if you guys would like me to do a part 2. I could easily do another one, and that would actually be pretty cool. So let me know what you guys would like me to do. After this bucket load, we'll head back to the shop. Awesome, so we just emptied this out. We'll kind of park this back up. I really do like keeping a nice and organized construction site. It looks really good for passing vehicles, especially when we do advertise our company, which is Square 2448 Construction. So take a look at that, guys. We removed a lot of soil. Take a look at that. This is a pretty large hole, 2 giant truckloads. We'll turn this Kenworth back on here, and this is, I think we filled this up more than the previous one, which is pretty good. So we'll head back. I think we'll take this right. I do like taking new roads every time we kind of go back and forth from the shop and everything like that. But we are passing by the house right now. So we are back here at the shop almost. So like I was saying, guys, let me know down below in the comments what other types of building ideas you guys have for the construction shop. Also, should we do a part 2 to this? Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and subscribe for more.